This is the Advertising Blueprint with Ryan Pankow.
Hi everyone, this is Ryan Pankow with Advertising Blueprint. This is the podcast for advertising strategies for the small business owner. All right, let's jump into it today. So today we are going to go over building your own website, and the biggest part about building your own website is your website SEO. Now, some of you probably don't know what SEO even means. So SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So your search engine is like your Googles, your Yahoos, your Bings, okay? And then you're just optimizing it, which means getting it to the top of the page as high as you can. So I always tell people that I would rather have a terrible looking website on page 1 of Google than I would have the best looking website on the planet, but on page 7 of Google. It's very, very important to get to the top of the page of Google. And one of the main reasons why it's so important is because nowadays, Google is the phone book. Back when I was a kid, when I was little, back in the 80s, if you needed something, you'd go to the yellow pages. Hey, look, we need a pizza. Hey, look, we need to call a plumber. Hey, we need to call this person or that person. You'd use the yellow book. So people would spend thousands and thousands of dollars getting these huge ads in the phone book because they knew they worked. Well, nowadays, the new phone book is actually Google. When people need something, they're searching it up on their phones, on their laptops, on their tablets, anything. That's how they're finding people. So as a business owner, you need to be known on how to be found. People need to be able to find you and go exactly where they need to go. So we're going to be talking about building your own website. So this is not 1990 anymore. You do not have to know WordPress. If you know how to drag and drop and you know your way around any sort of computer, you should be able to build your own website fairly easy. One of the nice things is that a lot of the website builders nowadays as well have their own tutorials and they show you how to do those things. But typically, if you're somewhat tech savvy and under the age of 40, I think most people can typically build their own website if it's a basic, simple website. So that's something we're going to go over. So there's many, many website builders out there. There's things like Wix, there's Squarespace, there's GoDaddy. All these websites all do a pretty good job. Those are probably the ones that I would recommend. Wix is probably what we use the most out of anything. And whenever you're building your website, I highly recommend, just because we've built so many websites, I would definitely have another website that you like that you can kind of mold your website after. There's nothing worse than working on a website for 4, 5, 6 hours to realize, I hate the way this looks. I just don't like it. So if you first find a website that you do like, it doesn't have to be anything to do with your website. It could be a completely different category and a completely different state, but it's just a website that you like. You like the way it looks. You like where the navigation bar is. You like where the logo is. Then you can start to model your website after that one, and it'll save you a ton of time. Now we're going to talk about the most important part of building your website, which is the SEO. So what we're going to try to do is, when you're building these websites, it's every single photo in your entire website, you can put something on it called a meta tag. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is a meta tag? So a meta tag is you telling Google, this is what this photo is. So for instance, that if your photo is one of your service techs getting into a truck, a lot of website companies and a lot of people will put service tech jumping in truck, because you're telling Google, this is what this picture is. So I actually have a little secret and a little hack for some people. What we typically do for our websites is we meta tag them with the same terms that they're being searched for in Google. So let's say if it's a roofing company, other than putting service tech jumping into a truck, we might put roofing installation, we might put their city where they're located at, And for every single photo on their entire website, if there's 100, if there's 200, we put that same roofing company, same city over and over and over and over and over, because we know when people are searching for things, this is what they're searching for. So we're telling Google over and over and over, hey, this photo has to do with this keyword. This photo has to do with this keyword. And that's a way to move up your Google rankings fairly fast and help your SEO, is by having your meta tags all have them be keywords that you're searching for. Now, something else that you can do on your website that will also help your SEO is those same keywords that you'd use for all your meta tags. You can actually put those keywords on your website over and over and over where people can't find them and they're actually hidden. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say if my background has a black background. Well, if I put roofing company here in Omaha and I put those keywords and they're black on a black background, you're not going to be able to see black letters on a black background, are you? You're not going to be able to see that. So what we do, on top of having the meta tags have them be the keywords throughout the entire website, we will also on every single page hide those same keywords 5 to 10 times on backgrounds with the same color of font. So that way, again, you're telling Google over and over and over, this is what our website is. And when people are searching those key words, Google is going to recognize, wow, they've got this on their website 113 times. So because they have this keyword over and over and over, I know this does a really good job. So those are some tips and tricks when you're building your own website on how to help you with your SEO. Now, there's one other key term I really want to go over, which is backlinking. Now, what backlinking is you're putting your own information of your own business on someone else's website. So if I have a Yelp page, that's actually a backlink. If I have a Facebook profile, that's a backlink. If I have an Instagram profile, that's a backlink. If I join Manta, Yellow Book, Yellow Pages, LinkedIn, anything where I can register my business, that's a backlink, because I'm putting my business's information, my name, my address, my website on someone else's website, which is a backlink. It actually links to my website because I'm putting my website on that other page. So what we recommend is you want to make as many backlinks as you can, because Google, when you hit search, in that half a second, Google's looking all over the place. Where am I going to find? What 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 happens is Google then will find those key phrases, find those key terms, not only on your website, but on other websites, and they'll match them all up. They'll match them all up. And then those backlinks, the more that you have, the more it raises you up, because it's telling Google on all these verified websites, okay, Instagram, Yellow Pages, Yellow Book, Manta, BBB, Twitter, all these different places also are verifying this is a business, this is where they're located at, this is where they're at. It actually helps you move up those rankings. Now, something I do want to talk about real quick is when you're doing your backlinks, there's something that people need to know, and it will help you. When you are making those backlinks, everything has to match to a T. What I mean by that is, if you are on North 156th Street, if on one backlink you put North as just the letter N and then 156th Street, then on one website, Google's showing, okay, you're on North 156, N156. But on the other backlink, if I put North as North 156, Google doesn't know which one's right and which one's wrong. It's going to look at one backlink and say, well, this says N156, but this one says North North 156. So because Google doesn't know which one's right, it throws them both out. So those backlinks no longer work. So what you need to do is make sure everything matches up to a T. I'm talking every period, every comma, anything you can think of, it has to match up perfectly. That way, when you do add all those backlinks up, Google, other than throwing out this one and this one, now you have got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you start building on it. As long as everything matches, your meta tags are there and your backlinks are there, you will move up the SEO rankings for free. Now, some people might ask, what's the difference between Google AdWords and SEO? So when you do a Google AdWords pay-per-click campaign, anybody the very next day can be on the top of the page, but you have to pay for it every single time someone clicks on it. So if you are that same roofing company and you buy the key word roofing, if anyone types in roofing and they go to your website and at the very top of the page you have an ad, every time they click on it might cost $10, $20, $30 based on the time of year and based on how many people are buying. But with your SEO, that's organic and that's free. That's what we're focusing on is for those small business owners, how to raise my website up for free. Okay, now I always like to share one quick story going over something that people have done where it's helped them. So this is a tip and a trick for those new business owners out there that have not quite named their business and they know how important it is to be at the very top of Google. So what I'll tell them is, look, if you can have your business name be something where people are searching for it, you'll actually move up the rankings faster. So you might be asking, well, what do you mean by that? So what do you mean have my name be something that people are searching for? So let's say if you are a basement remodeler in Kansas City. Well, if I was a like brand new customer and I was looking for someone to remodel my basement down there, I'd probably type in something along the lines of Kansas City basement remodeling, maybe Kansas City basement finishing, something along those lines is what I'd be searching for. So if I name my business, that if you find the domain that is open, that might be Kansas City basement remodelers or basement remodeling Kansas City. Well, because your business name are things that people are actually searching for in Google, Google verifies, okay, well, Kansas City basement remodelers. Well, these people are called the Kansas City basement remodelers. Okay, this matches. So if you are a business that is local and you know you're only going to service your own area, when you are thinking of that business name, also think of what are people searching for in Google, and you will be raised faster. So just a little tip and a little secret out there for some of the new business owners. Well, that is all on building your own website and website SEO. Tune in next time and we'll go over some new stuff. Thank you so much. This is Ryan Pancoke with the Advertising Blueprint.